I'm ever so sorry for that. My cat leaned on my keyboard and turned off the video. So here is part two. Um, yes, you get this toxic cycle that's on social media and forced in your face on the news. You know, everywhere you go, it's all doom and gloom. Even when you watch the telly, it's all about murder and this and that and everything bad, toxic. Yeah, and it's all an influence. Um, but even fireworks, 4th of July celebrations, Halloween celebrations, we've got November the 5th celebrations, and New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, and for the days in between and after. It's not just animals that get scared of them, it's people like me that have gone through abuse, jump through the ceiling, just even though I know what it is. It's a firework. I used to hate them when I was a kid, and I can see why now. I understand why I hated them as a kid now. And they used to scare the hell out of me. I mean, I do like watching them from a very long distance away, but when it's just over your head and you get that massive boom and the shot goes through you jump through the ceiling. And people that have been to wars and gone through wars, that's the first thing that they think. I have a neighbour across the road, the lad downstairs that lives in the flat downstairs. He likes his banging music, but the man upstairs, he's a veteran, and he had to go down and ask them not to put the bass on so loud because it was reminding him of artillery fire. Which, yeah, I understand, and it was triggering him. So, as soon as those triggers are taken away and the person feels safe again, it's easy for that person to move forward, or a lot easier to move forward and to start living again. Because these triggers can last for days, months, years, if they're not treated in the right way. And treating them with kindness and compassion is a big thing. Treating them with positivity, treating the person with positivity, taking over a nice cake or something like that, or, if the house is a mess, I know that because it happens to me. I mean, I used to feel embarrassed that somebody had tidied up for me, but at the end of the day, when somebody had tidied up the house, it took a big weight off my shoulders because I couldn't get up in the morning, because I was that poorly with my head. I couldn't get the housework done. I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to bathe, I didn't want to do this, that and the other, so and it gets overwhelming, and just that can be a big trigger in itself, waking up to something like that. So, just helping around the house or something like that, making them some food when you get there, or even if they've not got any groceries, just some milk and some tea or tea bags or some coffee or something, and a cake, a packet of biscuits, that's if you can afford it. If not, just just your support. But it's got to be at their own pace and in their own sort of spectrum of safety, for what they're feeling, but yeah, dealing with what they're feeling and acknowledging what they're actually feeling. How are you feeling today? It's okay to feel that way because you've been triggered. You're bound to feel that way because you've been triggered. You're reliving that moment. Every feeling that you was going through in that moment comes back to the surface, and it needs to be dealt with. It needs to be felt. It needs to be acknowledged. Well, yeah, you feel fear, you feel grief, you feel anxiety, you feel pain, you feel neglect, you feel so many different feelings on a negative scale. And they will have a counter feeling. I feel guilty for doing this. Well, it's not your fault that you've done this, so there's no need for you to feel guilty. It wasn't your fault, it was out of your control. That was their beliefs, that was their actions, that was what they put onto you. It really does go on to a wide scale. But yeah, what an amazing question. I mean, I've helped my friends with basically trying to understand the past and dealing with the toxic behaviour of other people. And it's them recognising their own individual lives, and recognising that it wasn't their fault, that they had no control over the situation, and that they've got full control over the situation now. It's like my friend Heather, she used to feel scared to go and get food for herself. She'd feel guilty because she was, basically she was told when she could or couldn't eat when she was young, you know, and basically she wasn't starved, but you know, she had, it was one of those, her dad was in charge of everything, even when they ate, you know, so, and he'd have like all the best stuff and they'd just have the scraps type thing, you know, make do with what was left, and she feels, or she felt guilty for going and eating food, even a slice of toast, you know, but now she knows that that wasn't because of her, it was because what he told her that she could and couldn't do. She couldn't control that situation, and now she's in her own house, she's got her own food, she's got her own money to buy her food, she's got full control of what she can and can't do. If she doesn't want to get up in the morning and get dressed, she can stay in her pyjamas all day if she wants to. It was a very regimental family. Her dad was in the army, so you know it was army rules that she was brought up on, so strict, and on top of a narcissistic personality, and it's very hard to shake that. But you have to remember that all these preconditioned thoughts about who you are as a person are not necessarily true. It's just what somebody else's opinion of you has been, and the manipulation to make you feel that you're that way, to keep you trapped in a situation. And it does affect you for the rest of your life until you realise that, no, this isn't who I am. It was their own version of me. It wasn't true what they were saying that I was, you know. And there's so many different aspects of untruths that we get taught as a kid. You know, so many different aspects of it. But anyway, yeah, I hope this has helped you. I'm sorry for the cut in the video, but blame the cat for that. She likes to get in on the action. But I don't blame her, it is bloody warm. But yeah, if there's anything else that I've not covered, oh, watch out, Mum, you're going to do it again. If there's nothing if there's something I've not covered and you think that I could maybe open up a bit wider on it, just please comment on there, Georgina Jeff, and I shall get back to you again. But I do hope that this helps, and thank you for supporting your friend. Just even knowing that there's a supportive friend there at the end of the day, at any time of the day, you know, if I needed to call out, you know, when I eventually got the courage to say I need help, just knowing that somebody that's there at the end of the day that will go, okay, I'll come and help, that was enough. And yeah, just caring, tread lightly and be as kind and compassionate as you possibly can, with your time and your words, but let them do it at their own pace, very much so. Yeah, I really hope this has helped, and thank you very much for that question. So I shall say goodbye. Bye.